Hello, and welcome, my friends, to the next video in the Create Better Content series, where I show you how to tap into your creativity so that you can stay consistent with your marketing and reach more customers. My name is Penny, and I'm going to be your guide through this content development process. I'm going to teach you how to create engaging content to post on social media, use on your sales pages, use in your email sequences, all of those things that you use in your marketing to help you reach more qualified customers. And if you want to learn more about creativity and how this can help you develop your content marketing plans, I would love to see you hit that button below and subscribe to this channel. And below in the description box, there are several links. One of the links that you're going to see is for the Content Calendar Blueprint program. It's an email-based training that does more than just show you how to set up your content calendar, but it gives you the steps to develop a strategy to actually create the content that goes into the content calendar. And another link that you're going to see is so that you can join us in the Marketing Strategy Collective. This is my group program where we get together on Patreon, and you can personally go through this process of developing remarkable content and stop working in a solo bubble and work in a supportive group online space and actually see what happens when you get the marketing strategy help that you need and you don't have to do this all by yourself. So you see the links below and you know what to do to learn more. Alrighty today. So let's jump into today's video. What I want to talk about are your sales funnels, your marketing funnels, your email funnels, whatever words you want to use. But that word funnel, the word funnel, I get it, as I'm saying it right now, it does feel like it's one of those words that gets used a whole lot, like some sort of marketing-y kind of vocabulary thing. And if you don't really know what it is, if you're thinking about funnels, you can just probably picture somebody, some marketer on YouTube yelling, build your 6-figure funnel in 24 hours. That's what most people think about when they think about the funnel. But the truth is, if you're already sending emails, you actually have a sales funnel. You may not be calling it that. You may call it your welcome series. You may call it, here's your email and I'm just going to introduce myself series. But what that is it's actually your sales funnel. So I want to talk about this today. I want to talk about the idea of marketing funnels and explain this to you in a way that you're going to see why that this is such an important piece in your marketing toolbox. And that if you are not utilizing this as best as you can, this video episode is going to help you see what you need to change and how you can fix this so that you can start doing more than just sending out a, hey, here's your free email or your free, your free download or whatever it was that you did, and take them more down what I would refer to as a customer buyer's journey. So let's talk about this funnel thing. What exactly is a funnel? A funnel is not some sort of scammy sales tactic. What a funnel is, especially an email-based funnel, is it's just a series of email messages, and it gives them a direction. It gives them a path. It gives them steps to follow. So think about it like this. Imagine you've invited a friend over for dinner. And when the friend comes over, you don't just throw food on the table and go, hey, good luck, enjoy. What you would do when a friend comes over, you sit down, you have a conversation, maybe you get them a drink, maybe there's some appetizers they can start with, and there's some conversation that happens. They sit down, and then they'll have a salad, then they'll have this, then they'll have that, then the main course, and then finally dessert. It's a meal, right? You're leading them through the meal with all of these different, a drink, an appetizer, the course, the dessert. You're leading them through this meal by, hosting them at your house. Well, your funnel is the same exact thing. But instead of a drink and appetizers, you're starting with the freebie download and a welcome message. So instead of, by the time you hit dessert, your email funnel is actually an invitation to work with you or to buy a product or to join your group or whatever it is that your goal is, the offer or services that you're providing. What you're doing with this sequences of emails, this email funnel, is that you're just showing them and serving up, if we could still use our food example here, our dinner example, you're serving them things in the right order. It's not like you're trying to trick them. You're just guiding them, from hello, here's a drink, to here's your dessert. You're moving them through this process. And the problem with funnels that I've noticed, and especially the way that they're normally taught, is I think that a lot of people think about the word funnel and they think it's more of a, what's the word I'm looking at? Manipulative. Something that's, scammy, something where I'm going to trick you, something that's going to be like a weird hack or something like that. And it's all about, buy now, don't miss out, or your life is going to fall apart. That's not what a funnel is. And I don't know where this has come from. And maybe it's because there are a few people out there that are doing this kind of thing. And then we see it, we just think in the back of our head, oh, that's what a funnel is. I don't want any part of that. I don't want to be connected to that. But if we go back to this idea of when I had talked about inviting your dinner guest over, that would be like they'd show up at your door. How are you doing? Have a seat. Oh, yeah, by the way, here's your dessert. And instead of just offering them dessert without even a drink or an appetizer or conversation, you just, shove a pie in their face going, this is your last chance for pie. I mean, see how silly that sounds? It does sound silly. I'm making myself laugh right now because I feel so silly saying those kinds of things. But I think that's what people envision, especially small business owners, when they think about this whole idea of a marketing funnel. And instead, what you want your funnel to be, your email funnel to be, is like a really good conversation. That you're going to be helpful. It's going to be natural. It's a place to introduce yourself and your business and the solutions that you provide. So what should your simple email sales funnel look like? An email funnel is generally going to be anywhere between 3 to 5 emails. So for example, you would have the initial email. The first one would be the welcome email. I'm glad you're here. Here's your free download. And then there would be a second email that got sent. And usually this comes like about the day afterwards, where you share a story or a behind the scenes, something that's going to help them connect with you a little bit more, and then reinforce, that freebie download that they did. Go through this a little bit more. What did you learn? Did you get any insights? Just to kind of urge them into making sure that they've actually done something with the download. And then the next email, maybe that comes like 2 days later. It's like a helpful tip. It's like something, let me give you something for free. Teach them something useful, something that they could solve really quickly. And it's an opportunity for them to see what it's looked like. If they were to work with you, if they were to join your community, if they were to buy this product, something along those lines is where we're looking for that third email. And then there's that fourth email, and then occasionally there could be an additional fifth email. But somewhere around this point becomes the invitation. This is that last piece. This is the dessert. This is how we explain to them how, if you're ready, this is what we're doing. It's not a hard sell. It's a flow of information for your potential customers. And that's how the funnel works. It takes them from the very beginning of here's your freebie all the way down to, and this is how I can help you. Whether it's a discover call, whether it's a $10 product, whether it's, to join your group, or whatever the next step is that you're offering. That's what we're doing with the funnel. We're taking them from one point through these different emails, are creating the different touch points along the way of their path. And the whole point of this is to take somebody who's just downloaded something for free and has just given you permission to message with them by giving you their email address. And so it takes them from being a stranger, and then we move them further down to being a friend. And then when we get to that last place, the dessert part of that funnel, they can become a customer. And we want to do this in a way that's not making them feeling like, we're pushing them or chasing them. There's not flashing ads and banners and buy now and, that kind of stuff. Buy now, buy now, buy now. It's not that at all. And I think that that's where we get a little twisted when it comes to our funnels, because we think we have to do that and we don't feel comfortable doing that, because I never felt comfortable doing that. And so none of the funnels that I've ever created have been any sense, shape, or form looking like that. But again, I want you to get past that idea. And if you have done this before, or even if you haven't, I'm giving you the steps to finally create a sales funnel that's going to feel more like you and your business. Because here's the secret to this. We don't want to create a funnel that just feels like it's pushing a sales funnel. The best funnels that we see out there, the best sales funnels, are the ones that don't feel like we're actually being put into a sales funnel. It just feels like I have now downloaded something and you are sending me a really great series of emails because I signed up for your free guide. So then you sent me a story the next day and it makes me laugh. And then the next time I get another email from you, it's a quick win. I've got a free training that I could do. I can learn what it's like to work with you. I can learn about the information and the value that you could provide to help me with my business. And it's not like, oh my goodness, I must be in a sales funnel. It's more like, wow, I totally love these emails that I've been getting. This has been a huge help. I'm so glad that I downloaded the guide or the freebie or whatever it is. Because when you finally get to that point, when you finally get to the dessert, when you get to the end, when you invite them to take the next step with you, that's when it feels like it's a natural next step. They don't feel like you're just jumping and you're pushing and it's like a surprise ambush on them. They're prepared for this because they've been moved down this path with you, going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. So when you do offer them that invitation to take the next step with you, it feels like, oh, okay, that does feel like something I might want to do, or it's something I want to think about doing. That's what we wanted to do. So when we build the sales funnel, we pull it all together, we want to make sure that it doesn't feel complicated. And if you've been struggling with this and you're not sure what to do and what to put in it, let me give you a few little steps, like a little exercise to take you through this. It's going to help you build your sales funnel without like overthinking what needs to go into each one of those emails. First thing I would suggest you do is write down, what's the first thing that you want someone to get from you? This would be your first email. What's the download, your welcome message? What do you want them to know? What do you want them to say? What do you want them to feel when they get that message? And now I want you to think about, what's the last thing you want them to do? Do you want them to, what's the next step? Buy your product, book a call, join your group. What is the thing you want them to do? So if we know where we're starting from and we know where we're ending with the last thing we want them to do, that next step, what are 2 or 3 steps in between that help them know you, know your business, and start to trust your business? What are those steps? And that is a really great, a great template or format, I guess is a good way of saying it, that you can start building your sales funnel. Because when you keep it small like that and keep it simple, it allows you to have clarity about what your message is. And that's your funnel right there. If you think about that, from the first thing, from the download to the last thing about, having them take the next step and what are those steps in between, think about what free things that you can offer. Think about the trainings that you might have. Think about another free download that you can give them. What is something that you can do that's going to connect the first email to the last email so that it all makes sense and it's just an easy flow, a series of emails that they're getting where they're just like, these are really great and such helpful, and I can see how this is going to help my business. That's what you want. You don't want to feel like you are manipulating people and you're pushing them and you're feeling scammy and all of that stuff. It's simply a sequence of emails that you're going to use to help somebody walk from, I just found you online and I've downloaded something, to getting to that place where I said, yes, I'm ready to work with you, or ready to buy from you, or ready to buy this product, or whatever it is at that final offer that you want to add in there. So if you can write, and you can write an email, you can build this funnel. And use this information. If you needed some help with ChatGPT, use the information that I gave you here with that exercise, writing down the first thing you want, write down the last thing you want, and then find the 2 to 3 steps in between that help them know you, know your business, and trust your business. That would be a prompt that you would use on ChatGPT to get it to help you write and move through this, creating a funnel. Because here's the thing. This is not about pushing people into a sale. It is not about pushing people into a last minute urgency, buy right now. It's about creating this path of letting people know more about who you are, who your business is, and how you're going to help them. And you're going to do it in a way that's fun and authentic and shows that you're a human being, that you're here to help them, and that your business is the solution that they've been looking for. So thank you so much for today for joining me on this episode. If this actually gave you the push to develop your sales funnel for your email marketing, I would love to see you hit that like button, and then hit the share button and share it with another business owner, especially one that you know has been struggling with their own email marketing. And if you are looking for some more information about this, like a step-by-step process to develop more about your email marketing plan, in this month's Marketing Strategy Collective, the workbook that you will get is packed with tools and prompts to help you build out your email strategy, to help you create your welcome series, your email series, and all of those things that you need to do to be more successful with your email marketing. So stop working in a solo bubble and spend some time with us in a collaborative space at the Marketing Strategy Collective. You see the link below, and you know what to do to learn more, to get the marketing help that you need to see real growth in your business. Because you are magnificent, my friend. And let me be the first to say, I'm proud of you. Until next time.